All right. Okay. Likutei Halachos Teffilin Halachos. So we're holding in Seif Yutes. Let me just say before I forget. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'hamechia v'hakala v'tovat hasem. V'eretz chamdat u'baruch sheyatzi b'chat alavotenu. Lechol piyam v'zbar mitva. Lechem Adonai Eloheinu Yisrael echad v'chad. ובני ירושלים יראה הקדוש ברבי ימינו ועדה הודך ושמחנו. ברכה ותמשיך ותרקיע אדוני טוב ותן לכל מלך הארץ והמחיה. ברוך אתה אדוני על הארץ ועל המחיה ועל הכלכלה. אוקיי, וזה בחינה ברכה, אתה נותן לשכל ובינה להבחין בין יום ולילה. This ability, we're talking about the ability to discern this process of resurrection that takes place in the morning, and the need to possess great chachma to be able to differentiate between true anova and and depression, and between gaiva and resoluteness in avodas Hashem, which is it's a very subtle kind of difference between the two. וזה בחינת הנותן לשכל ובינה להבחין בין יום ולילה. The same principle applies when we say the bracha on נותן לשכל ובינה להבחין בין יום ולילה, that gives the rooster the comprehension to differentiate between day and night. כי לילה סריטא דמויסא שלטא. By night is the domain of the side of death. This is the aspect that has been drawn upon the creation with the chet of Adam Arishon. It was all there, in the first tzimtzum, in the first constriction. So, because you need this element, this capacity to block the omnipresent light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu for anything else to exist. In other words, the ability to put borders is the thing that enables life. It's also the thing that enables death. If that is the thing that can be pulled in. This is the chet Adam Arishon. That's the false anova. The day of light. The light of day is the aspect of waking up from sleep. This is when the true humbleness, the true shyness arises. But you need a great ability to discern that you shouldn't mistake day and night and don't flip the truth. On one hand, you have to be very, very careful, from false another. Who am I? You're going to make me the CEO of Apple. I can't do this. It's like there's a wonderful medrash that Kadosh Baruch Hu, when we're talking about the Kadosh Baruch Hu revealing himself to Moshe Rabbeinu in the sneh, in the burning bush. And so Kadosh Baruch Hu says, Moshe, calls him twice. So Moshe said, Hineni, here I am.
He should have said Hineni.
So the Medrash says that he actually said twice. He said that he meant it, Hineni lemalchus, Hineni lekehuna. He said it good. You meant it as a joke, of course, but nevertheless, we got you there. So Hineni lemalchus, Hineni lekehuna. So you guys, whoa, time out. Wait. What do you Moshe Rabbeinu, the humblest man on earth, because Baruch Hu says, hi. Hey, you want to be king? No problem. You want to be Kohen Gadol? Hey, I'm here, man. No problem. It's whatever you want.
At your service.
Yeah, no problem. At your service. Be king, Mr. King. You want to be Kohen, Mr. Cohen? No problem. Not Eli Cohen, Mr. Cohen. Kohen Gadol. Whatever you. Ouch. Anyhow, so what's going on?
I've got a whole new way of looking at this entire situation.
Okay, so what's going on? Moshe Rabbeinu is the Olav Mikol Adam, the humblest man on earth. How can? Well, the answer is exactly this. The Anova Moshe Rabbeinu was Anova Mitis. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't even measure himself. He cannot, whatever it is. He's totally bottled to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Anova Moshe Rabbeinu is the point that I'll be whatever you want me to be. You know, I don't have capabilities or not capabilities. I have nothing. You want to be king? I'll be king. You want to sweep the streets? I'll sweep the streets.
Why do we say that he was? Like, I know he was the humblest man who ever lived, but at that point it could be that, you know, he'd never had any interaction with Hashem, and he wasn't so humble at that point. He grew into it. Like, why do we have to have a
Moshe Rabbeinu didn't flip from nothing to one at that particular instant. That was a revelation. Moshe Rabbeinu was a Navi. He was a Navi already before. I mean, Bevadai. Moshe was a Navi before, but it wasn't. Aaron HaKohen was a Navi before. But they all got the Nevuah, you know, Baspaklaya She'eno Me'ira. Moshe Rabbeinu was you know, it's like
we say Aaron HaKohen had Nevuah.
He was a Navi. Aaron HaKohen was the man. I
know that he was the leader.
He was not only the leader. He was the Navi. He was the one who connected to Hashem. He was it. He was Mr. Big. Yeah, you know. So he was the Navi. That's it. The how did he know that Moshe Rabbeinu is coming to Mitzrayim? This is the gave him in the void that Moshe Rabbeinu is coming to Mitzrayim. He went to meet him. He said, he's coming out to meet you. No, but the point is that they
were tzaddikim.
A false anova is one in which you measure yourself and you're saying, I can do this, or I cannot do that, or when Moshe Rabbeinu said, don't send me, he said, Hashem got upset with him. He says, Misam Pela Adam, who puts a mouth to a man? And he said, what if I send you, you go? But there's no, you know, it's kivyochel a smidgen of yeshus by saying, you know, I can't do it. It's the opposite. Of course you can't do it. Ad kedei kach that the erection of the Mishkan, Moshe says you can't do it. Because Baruch Hu says no problem. You just, you know, prop up this thing and I'll put up the whole thing. And I told you, Reb Simcha told me that the same Obazoy, nobody could do it. So why Dafka Moshe? Because Moshe was the only one who knew he really can't do it. Everyone says, yeah, okay, you know, I can do the electrical.
So what about?
I can do the electric. I can.
But Salah was the one.
No, beside that, but to put the whole thing together, nobody could do except for except for Moshe. So it says the union of so you have to have a great deal of ability to discern. So you have to keep yourself on another psula, you know, to be lethargic, not to be unmotivated in your avodas Hashem. And the same thing opposite. There's somebody that puts himself, you know, is big, he wants to rule Israel. I want to be the mayor to save you from a butbul. I'm kavanah shel shamayim. You know, I have Rachmanis on you. ובאמת הוא נלקט בגר, זה he's entrapped in גייבה. כן צריכים להבחין בין יום ללילה. That's why you need this, the ability to discern between day and night, בין אור לחושך, between light and darkness, בין מוות לחיים, between death and life. להידע איך להתנהג בזה. You have to know how to behave with it, how to handle it. כמו שאמר אדוני מור רבינו ז"ל, שצריכים לבקש הרבה את השם יסברך על זה. You have to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu a lot about this. And Ilulei de Mistafin, I have to tell you that specifically for everybody around this table, okay? I'm talking about the great millions who will be watching this on, on YouTube. That's... But I actually have 2 subscribers. One of them is an Indian guy with a...
I'm subscribed to you, I think.
You are? But there's a guy with a... This is you with a turban? No.
Oh, no.
There's an Indian guy. Sing.
I think I'm subscribed to the wrong thing. You got two channels or something?
Yeah, that was Ezra. No.
I'm subscribed
to my channel. Hey, what's going with you there? Anyhow, by us... The Rebbe says you have to go with the derech of Torah Resh Beis. You have to find the nekudas Torahs in you. It's only when you start to look for the real good in you that you realize how really far you are. Not that you realize how far you are now, but then you realize really how far you are. That's not it. That's not it. You don't realize how far you are.
Your real distance.
The distance you think that you have now is a lie. It's a lie. It's a fiction. That's your inferiority complex. It's not about this at all. The real distance is one that you will discover when you discover your pluses, your good points. Somebody, when you have an argument with someone, you can't talk. There's no, you don't know how close you are really on the inside. Sometimes, you have an argument with somebody or a kid from school that since you were in school, and he was your quote-unquote sworn enemy, whatever it is. And then, like years later, you met when you spoke to the guy. Was a hell of a guy. He's a great guy. You could have been best friends. But you were locked in some kind of a imaginary feud. That prevented. You know what I'm saying? This kind of that's between you and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. I'm locked in an imaginary feud between me and the Kodesh Baruch Hu. So I think we're enemies. I never get the chance to check, how close I am. I fire him nothing. Well, little by little, the very obvious things, like, I should have hit him over the head with a baseball bat. Oops. I know the obvious stuff, but But really what's going on? Nothing garnished. It's only when you start to discover the good in you. And the way to discover the good in you is actually to say it, to verbalize it. Verbalize the good in you. I did this, I did this, I did this, I'm like this, I live my life like this. All these things. Then once it seeps in, the first thing that you need to do is you need to kill the false anova. Because the anova, which is really inferiority complex, that's sort of like this really gaiva. Why aren't you Ovid Hashem like Reb Shmuel Shapiro? Why aren't you Ovid Hashem like Sol Be'odessa? Why aren't you Ovid Hashem like Yabasel Karduna? Why aren't you Ovid Hashem like Avraham Nachmans? Why aren't you Ovid Hashem? you're comparing me, so why aren't you Mr. Universe instead of Schwarzenegger? What do you want? I don't have the physique. I don't have the. What do you mean? You think that they had it? They had nothing. They worked on themselves and they became what they were. You do what you are, what you become. The brand name, the brand name of when people look at him and say, he's a big tzaddik. That's what people see when they look from the side. But what a person really is just a collection of I did this, and then I did this, and then when I had the choice to do this or this, I did this. When I had to do this or this or this, I did this. Just a collection of choices. I choose to do this, I choose to do this. Just all together, it goes. That's a tzaddik, or that's a Rosh, or that's whatever.
So how do we understand Moshe Rabbeinu? Because Moshe Rabbeinu, he was given it all. It was a gift. He was born in a palace.
It's what Moshe Rabbeinu was given is after Moshe Rabbeinu already put whatever work he needed to put into it, he got everything as a gift. Moshe Rabbeinu did everything. The famous medrash that the king that sent an artist to make the portrait of Moshe Rabbeinu, because you could tell by the faces, the character of the man. And that artist came, and he drew Moshe Rabbeinu, brought it to the king. The king says, that's not Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is a prophet. You get a picture of a murderer, a thief, an adulterer, and so, Moshe Rabbeinu was told about it. He says, they're right. I have the potential to be all those things. But he chose not to. He worked on himself. When you read, the Torah is just a sketch. It's a very, very thin, sketch on, because the Torah writes the things that, need to be written. But you don't know what the details of what was going on in between. In fact, he got more details in the others, but he has no detail about Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is Avodas Hashem to beginning to end. He wasn't just like somebody who was born like that. He was born with potential to be like that, and the potential to be totally opposite. This, yes. But it's all work. It's all work and it's all ashgacha. It's all work and it's all a gift. It's both things. And this is what you need to do. But the point is that you're responsible for what you do. And to become the tzaddik ador, Kodesh Baruch Hu gives you a gift. But he gives you a gift only because you have outworked everybody else. They have all those lists of what tycoons do that other people don't do.
Yeah.
They have all those, and everybody reads it. Okay, I'll read it and I'll become a tycoon myself. I'll just give it to me. It's like, the one thing that they rarely write, and only the honest ones really write it, is that the people who are really rich outwork everybody. They work harder than anybody. Non-stop. You can call it workaholic, you can call it whatever you want. They outwork everybody. The people at tzaddikim, they outwork everybody. That's what they do. The Bluzer Koenig from Tzfat, he says the reason why people are far from Hashem is because they cannot make up their mind what they want to be. I basically want to serve Hashem. Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes I want to watch Chelsea against Tottenham. It's like that. Sometimes I want to be just a big spender. Sometimes I want to be... And you flip from that. From this to that, from this to that, from this... It says, if you are focused, that's what I want. It doesn't matter what. The Rebbe says you can, even if you put up, it says whatever you want to put your mind to, you can get, even money. He says, but it has to be a focus that is mevatel all other feelings, all other. This is what I want. I want money. I want nothing but money. You'll get it. You'll have it. Bevadai, bevadai, everything. It's a bevadai. I don't know if the Chidush Harim said, I think Chidush Harim from Gur, he said that. He says that Kodesh Baruch Hu gives you anything you want. Oh, I want money because Baruch Hu's not giving me money. Because you don't really want money. People who really want money get money. You don't really want money. You don't want to have the pressures of not having money. Why don't you want this? He says, you want money. He says, what does a Yid want money for? Because he wants to raise his children to be Alech Yidin. Because Baruch Hu knows he's going to raise his children to be Alech Yidin this way or that way anyhow. You don't need money. You don't want money. You want not to have the pressure or luxury or whatever. If you wanted money, we'll give you money. But you don't want it. Baruch Hashem. But the point is that...
It's too simplistic.
What?
I think it's too simplistic.
And it's scary how true it is. Especially scary how true it is. The reason why you're not making headway or I'm not making headway in my own particular life...
It's like saying that somebody who's ill and davens that they want life and then they die, they didn't want to live.
No. Wait. I'm not talking about, a person has to die. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is that, for instance, you have, people that are they don't get married. They're like Bochrim in older Bochrim, or and they said they're looking for shidduchim. They want to get married. They don't. They don't want to get married. They're afraid of getting married. So why are they crying that they want shidduchim? Because they're miserable. That's something else. They don't want to be miserable. They don't want to get married. If they want to get, anybody who wants to get married will get married. My bashet, not my bashet. You're right. But if you really wanted to get married, you got married. One thing, your bashet is somebody that you'll have waltzes by Strauss every single day of your life.
I hope so.
I'll see what.
But can I just
Every
say
once in a while you have a waltz. The rest of the time you're taking the garbage down.
By the way, you have 5 subscribers and not 2. But I hope that none of them are single, because if they hear you say you're not married because you don't want to be, they're going to be offended.
Okay, no. The point is that you need, if you do a real soul searching and you want to get married, and you're looking for a shidduch, okay? The first thing you need to do is to look in within yourself, do you really want to get married? Because the first thing you need to do is work on that. Once you get that out of the way, everything else is easy.
It's interesting.
It's like that you have people that don't want to get married, somehow, some way, they get all the dogs sent their way. Every single shidduch they get is either a one bagger, a two bagger, or a coyote. Yes, what does it mean? One bagger, two bagger, or a coyote? Well, it says one bagger means that your shidduch is so ugly you have to put a pity bag on her head. Okay, that's a one bagger. The second one is that it's so ugly you have to put 2 bags, one on her and one on your head. There's no chance of you ever seeing her. And the coyote, you know how wolf, when they get into a trap, they bite their legs off so they can run away. That's the coyote is a shidduch that puts her head on your shoulder, you bite off the shoulder, and you run away. What I'm saying is that you can see people that really don't want to get married somehow fantastically get all the dogs, get all the misfits, get all the what do you think that you are? A big metzia? Yeah, of course you got a dog because you suffer a dog. You got a cat because you suffer as a cat or a cat. And the same thing with work, somebody who has the people that are eternal victims. They feel fulfilled when they're victimized. Every single job they go to, they get taken advantage of by the boss. You wonder how on earth can they assemble All these really, SOBs, how could they find them? You can say, the first one is so-and-so, second one is a nice guy, whatever. How, each and every one, how could they find them? Would they have a radar to find all these, all these misanthropes? The answer is yes. They have a radar. They feel these people. They gravitated to them because they feel justified when they're abused, taken advantage of. They're attracted to those that give them the kind of treatment that they feel they deserve. The famous saying go, you get the love that you feel that you deserve.
You're digging up a lot.
But the point is that the work is inside you. The first thing you need to take care of is anova psula. Because anova psula is really gaiva. And the way you do it is Torah Pei Beis, as the Rebbe says, you find Nekudas Tovos in yourself. This is avoida every single day. Baruch Hashem, I did this. Baruch Hashem, I did that. And Baruch Hashem, and not just I daven. Baruch Hashem, I davened. I said one bracha b'kavona, one. And so I said one word. The Rebbe says, Dibur emes echad, that elevates all the tefillos of all your life. One dibur emes, one. To say one word of emes. I davened this morning. I said a whole bracha b'kavona, a whole bracha. Then Asher Yotza, I said Asher Yotza, oh Hashem, every single word, more or less, whatever, but every single word, I said, and you start praising the work that you do. And you get into it. But then you enliven the real anova. You break down the real gaiva. And then you'll start to see how far you are from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. People have, married men have tinus against their wives from here to doomsday. She's this, she's that, she's not this, she's not that, and she's like this, and she's like that. If you just once actually went out of yourself a little bit and took a look how you treat her, you'd break down crying. You'd break down crying. Taking for granted. And the worst violence of them all is ignoring. Talk to the hand,
You're killing us with Musa. Killing me.
Killing me
Too much.
softly.
I'm happy with what I do. I'm happy with what I
We're
do.
learning in the basics.
I don't need to hear.
We gotta start from the bottom.
Okay.
We used to have in the back.
1 second.
It's a nice
ועל כן,
marble.
כוח שפגם בגרס.
Alleyway.
That's why Korach, that his pgam was the pgam of pride. כי כל המחלוקת שלו על משה ואהרון היה רק על גודל גירוסו שהזכרנו בגדול הסער. ונשיאס ליצופן.
He thought he was a big shot, Korach. Right?
Yep. אבל כן אמר לו משה, that's the reason why משה רבינו, בו יקר וידע השם את אשר לו. Let the morning come and Hashem will let it be known who belongs to him. פירש רש"י, גבולויס חילק השם הקדוש ברוך הוא בו אלומי. הקדוש ברוך הוא has divided the world with borders, with delineations. יכולים אתם להפוך ערב לבוקר, can you turn an evening to a morning? דהיינו שהוא אמר לו שהוא רוצה להפוך ערב לבוקר. He told Korach, what are you trying to do? You're trying to turn night into day. It was really gaiva, it was really death you're trying to portray as Rachmanis. I have, the city is so poorly managed that, you need a Chal Shabbos to save it. So, הנשמה שרוצה להפוך ערב לבוקר, כי באמת כל מחלוקת הוא רק גאוס. The entire מחלוקת of Korach is just pride. אבל Korach, what you talking about? I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. I have such rachmanis in you.
I missed it.
אבל כוח אמר שכוונות זה לשמיים. זה כוונות זה שם שמיים.
Correct.
Yes. He wanted to be Cohen. He wanted to be Cohen, you know, like Eli Cohen, Cohen. אמר שכוונות זה לשמיים. יש כוונות זה לשמיים.
מוישה אבוטבול, מוישה?
It's too much.
כי ההפך האמס. The truth is, it's exactly the opposite of the truth. אמר שמקנא כינס השם צבוקוס. He's, you know,
Better one.
he's a mechanic. כי כל העדה כולם קדושים. Everybody else is קדושים. You know? ובתוכם השם, everybody is קדוש. Whether you're fry, whether you're from, everybody is קדוש. ומדוע בתוכם השם תתן כאן השם? Why you making yourself, you know, like... כאילו מקנא בשביל ישראל. As if he is actually jealous, you know, for Am Yisrael. You know, you're anti-democratic. You're like...
שמוץ.
No, it's like a, you know, you're ruining democracy.
Go all the way.
כלום קיים של ישראל, עם קודם, ואינו חושב כבוד עצמו כלל. מי? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm nothing. I'm not... You know how much it makes me suffer? It hurts me more than it hurts you. Have you heard it from your father? It hurts you so much, don't hit me.
Public service.
I'm a servant, I'm a slave. That's why I want to be mayor. I love it.
My constituents.
הוא אמר שמשה ואהרון הם הגבתונים חס ושלום. So משה ואהרון, they are the big balagaiver. וחצים בכבוד ויסנסוס, and what they want honor and they want greatness. כמו שכתוב, מדוע תתנשאו על קהל השם? Why are you aggrandizing yourself over the people of Israel? The crowd of Hashem. על כן אמר למשה, בוקר וידע השם. Let the morning come and Hashem will reveal that which belongs to him. היינו. שבדברי הכוזב שלכם, with your lies, שאתם רוצים לרמוס ישראל, you want to cheat ישראל, אתם רוצים להפוך ערב לבוקר, you want to turn morning, you know, night to day. כמו שפירשתי שם, שכמו שהבדיל השם בין אור לחושך, the same way that Hashem delineated between light and darkness, כך ויבדל ויבדל ארון הקדישה, this Aaron was delineated to be sanctified. כי קדושת אהרון, because the sanctity of Aaron HaKohen, נמשך מהנובה אמיתיס. It comes from the really true anova, the humbleness. You know, the self-nullification of Aaron. שבחינת ורוחה ושמח בליבוי. He will see you, and his heart will gladden. You know, he was the mayor until that time. And he sees you, and you know that you're you know, he's oiskapelux, you know, that's it. He's off the pedestal. Bevakasha. You're the better man. Bevakasha. You know?
So Moshe and Aaron just looked at each other and went, "You're the most." They both thought each other were the most humble guy, basically.
Moshe Rabbeinu knew what Hashem, that Moshe Rabbeinu knew that he was the tzaddik emes, because the nov of Moshe was such that he already knew. That's what Rabbeinu says, that anov amitis is that you are able to say all the praise in the world about yourself and not feel any gaiva from it. No, Moshe Rabbeinu was not oblivious to the fact that he was Moshe Rabbeinu. And with such a nov, it didn't make a difference to him. He can be a shoemaker. He
It's
can
like
be
he
a king.
didn't know, Kilo.
No, it's that no, it didn't make a difference. Well, it didn't make a difference. You know, it's like both of us seeing an eagle in the sky, and we're looking at an eagle and we say, yeah, but I can jump higher than you. Well, it's nothing. What's this? You know, when it comes to, you know, airtime, you know, look at this eagle, but yeah, I can jump higher than you. I have bigger airtime than you. It's a joke, you know what I'm saying? Moshe Rabbeinu looked at Ein Sof. He looked at the Kodesh Baruch Hu. He was totally aware of a Kodesh Baruch Hu. The difference between him and everybody else was negligible. Other bit. That he said, what did Moshe Rabbeinu say? The Moshe says, how can he be humble? He says, anybody he saw, he realized that person is better than him. Why? Because that particular person was, what are you playing? You playing Tetris or something? What's the Stam? Sorry about that. I didn't mean it. He's texting. So no, the truth of the matter is that when Moshe Rabbeinu saw somebody who was, his lesson, he says he's less chayav than me. Somebody who's firm HaKadosh Baruch Hu is less chayav. When he saw somebody who was like this, he says each one he saw, instead of looking, I'm better than him because of this and this and this and this, he's better than me because he doesn't know as much as I do. He's not as close to Kadosh Baruch Hu as I am. So when you compare, what he is, vis-a-vis where his place is, and me where I am, he's much better off than I am. He's much greater than me. Moshe Rabbeinu was automatically saw it that way. Why? Because Moshe Rabbeinu was totally cognizant of the mitzvahs of Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's all he looked at.
And also, but it's only the tzaddik emes that has it.
Everybody has it as much as a tzaddik. But tzaddik emes, can has the ability to, to say all the praises about himself, without feeling any smidgen of gaiva, nothing. It's like saying, I have a hand. Wow. I have a hand. I have two hands. So, doesn't do anything. They said that what was Adam and Chava before the Chet? That they were naked. So they said afterwards they figured out that they were, they were naked. So what was it beforehand? What was it beforehand? Before it was like what? They were like oblivious. They were like really dumb.
Didn't matter.
What was it? It didn't matter. There's no chet. Only where there's taiva, where there's, then comes the aspect of busha, of shame. But before the chet, it was like a hand. You're embarrassed that your hand is exposed. Same difference. Once the chet comes in, suddenly, from, as they say, the bad. I think that you said it. That Rabbi Tats, you call it Tats?
Tats.
Tat?
What about tats?
Tats. That the evil before Etzadat was on the outside, and with eating it, he brought. You said that?
The Ramchal says, he says that before they ate from the tree of knowledge, the neshama was the host, and the body was the guest. And after he ate from the tree of knowledge, the body was the host, and the neshama was the guest. He says in Das Teffilin. I don't know.
No, that's not the Nekuda we're trying to say. He said the evil was outside, and with Chet Sadat was internalized. Anyhow,
They ate it. No?
what?
That was the sin.
Yeah, was it the?
Poison.
It says Ki Be'emet. It says Ze Avdola, and this is true Avdola. The Anova of Aaron is the true Avdola between light and darkness, between death and life. Ki Anova Mitis, because true Anova is B'chinas Chaim, B'chinas Isoyer L'Sheino, of waking up in the morning, the B'chinas Oyom. That's the aspect of daylight.